This is Diyarbakir, on the banks of the river Tigris, where shanty towns huddle against city walls that are 1,500 years old. Known as the unofficial capital of Kurdistan, it's now home to more than 1.5 million people, many of them refugees from the civil war between the PKK and the Turkish army. Gülseren Demir is one of those refugees. She fled her home village at the age of 17. Now she's 32 and has 5 children. Her husband is an itinerant laborer, currently somewhere in western Turkey.
We came here with only the clothes on our backs. The government says we can return to our village, but we've lost everything there.
Demir washes the dishes in the backyard. There's just one tap for the whole family and no hot running water. But when she has to wash the family's clothes, Demir walks a few blocks to the local laundromat, something she always looks forward to. The name alone reveals this is no ordinary laundry. At White Butterflies, local women can wash their clothes for free. But that's not all. Thanks to the White Butterflies, women like Gülseren are allowed to leave their homes, something that would otherwise be frowned on.
What can my husband complain about if I come here? I'm only washing his clothes. If they're not clean, I'm in trouble.
One wash cycle lasts 60 minutes. 60 minutes for these women to make the most of all this unusual laundromat has to offer. They can learn to read and write, or seek advice on health matters. This is something Gülseren doesn't want to pass up. There's even childcare and music lessons for the little ones, exceptionally run by a male teacher. Otherwise, it's just women here, many of them traumatized. And not just by the war, says the city's commissioner for women. It was her idea to set up these laundromats.
Women in Diyarbakir have been subjected to many kinds of violence, in the form of domestic abuse, exclusion from society, or as Kurdish women because they don't speak Turkish.
The men in the cafe opposite view the comings and goings of the laundry with suspicion. They're glad the water and detergent are free, but they don't want to see women being seduced away from their traditional roles.
Those who violate the honor of our mothers, wives, or daughters must be punished. That's always been the way. But luckily, that kind of thing rarely happens here.
But there's nothing the men can do to stop the concept's runaway success. There are already 5 laundromats like this in Diyarbakir, each of them visited by 800 women per week. Other cities in eastern Anatolia plan to follow suit. Bolstered by their new social connections, women are daring to challenge the status quo.
The men realize they can't prevent us from coming here. Our stubbornness just makes some of them more furious. They say we're a bad influence on their wives.
Gülseren Demir draws great personal strength from her visits to the laundromat. She wants her daughters to be independent, and that means, unlike her, they must be able to go to school.
As a woman, you have to be strong. We're not going to let them get us down.
Going to the laundromat in Diyarbakir means so much more than just washing clothes.